Hi, everybody. It is Tuesday, the 24th. I'm now really feeling like I'm going to be hitting the road because Rocket Cargo came by the house this morning and picked up my road trunk with my amp and bass and everything in that. And I have another trunk that I sent to that has books in it. So I will have books available at gigs with Lyle. He was really kind and generous and said, "Oh, yeah, man, bring them. It'd be great." So that's going to be fun to have those along with all his T-shirts and his swag. Well, like so many other people right now, my heart really breaks. And for in a day, California had 3 mass shootings, and so much loss, so much sadness when this happens. It's unbelievable. And then they're talking on the news. Oh, we got to change the law from 18 to 21 for assault weapons. Well, the guy who did the one here in Monterey Park, wherever that was like 67 or 69 years old. I think all of these ones were elderly shootings. I don't know the insanity of all this kind of stuff. What people are what it is that drives them to feel it's just they have to walk into a place and kill at random. People that are just out having a nice evening. It's so hard to go do anything anymore without having a bit of a seed in the back of your head going, is everything going to be okay? So I mean, we're just, I think we are so broken that this will never change. I mean, there are so many weapons in this country, and people, there's just mental illness and all the things that comes with it, and anger and rage and craziness. And there's a billion arguments and a billion, oh God, thoughts and prayers. Well, thoughts and prayers really don't help the people that are left behind. So it's just really sad to be sitting there watching the news, and it's either a mass shooting or a car chase here. You turn on the news in the evening to see what's going on. Then there's a car chase, and it preempts everything: the weather, the local news, national news, all that. They're still following some asshole who you're probably sitting there wondering, is this guy going to power through an intersection and take out a family now? It's madness. It's just like you have hopes for this world every day, and you don't want to give up, and you don't want to bury your head in the sand. But boy, it can be so heartbreaking every day just watching all this stuff going on. Okay. So I'm excited that we're going to be hitting the road and making music for people, which is always a joy to me. It's just, boy, filling up the week with so many things. I just came from the post office and dropped off a bunch of books, and I came home and there was more book orders. So I'm going to be going back. I'm heading over to my friend Blues and pick up a couple of prints that were ordered, and I can get those in the mail tomorrow of my drawings. And just trying to do a bunch of work around the house so that I can leave with a somewhat clear conscience for the tour. And that's the way it goes. I talked to Cooch this morning. He's feeling really good. He's tested negative and he's doing well. So I'm grateful for that, because he got nailed pretty hard with COVID. And we've all had it. We've all been through it. And it's the world we live in. It's the new world order, as one would say, at this moment. But I thought I had an idea for what I wanted to do today, and I'm going to do it tomorrow instead, because I think I'm going to drag that one over 3 days. It's a really cool thing, and I'm really loving it. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to visit a track I did with Joseph Williams from TOTO on his Denison Tennant album, which was done in 2021. It was really fun. The 2 times I've toured with TOTO, the first time back in 2007 or whatever that was, the band was Luke and myself and Simon Phillips and Greg Fillinganes on keyboards, Tony Spinner on guitar, Bobby Kimball on vocals. Boy, I hope I'm not leaving anybody. I think that was the lineup on this one. But then the second time I toured with them, it was Joe Williams was the vocalist on it, with Mavuto and Jenny were singing background. Steve Picaro and David Page were on it. Shannon Forrest on drums. Lenny Castro on percussion. Me and Luke. And so it was really great. I got to see two very different incarnations of Toto. And I so enjoyed both of them. And they were all, I mean, the one thing, it's always a collection of great musicians. And people get to hear those songs. So it's really cool. But it was really fun working with Joe. I've known Joe a long time. So when he called me and asked me to play on this track on his album, I said, no, I'd love to. But it was still COVID time. So what he did was he sent me the track minus bass, just with what he had on it at that time. And I went over to my dear friend John Gilliton's house. He has a home studio, and we sat there, and I just brought my Dingwall with me, and we went ahead and did the bass part for this track over there. Now, on the finished track, it's myself on bass, Simon Phillips on drums, Mike Landau and Steve Lukather on guitar. Joe's playing keyboards on this and vocals, and it was written by David Page and Joe Williams, and it's called Liberty Man. So I thought I'd just play that one today. It's a beautiful track, and it was really fun. They gave me a little interlude in the middle of this, kind of in the bridge section, to just do some bass stuff on it. He had some stuff sketched out on a keyboard that I just kind of blew that off and did it in my way. I didn't do my way, I did it my way. Got to be careful with song titles here. So let's go ahead and as one would say, écoute this track and see what we got going on here.
My heart singing a song. You are the
Yeah, I love that track. I mean, they are such adventurous writers, and it's the kind of stuff that live is so strong. And I so love being out with them and playing just, especially around the world. In the States, they're really good in business in the States in terms of audiences. Boy, go to the Philippines with them or South America or Finland and places, Norway. Man, they are gods. You get on those stages and those people are dedicated and know every word, everything. Dubai, you name it. Yeah, we had so much fun together. I love those guys, and it's always a joy to get together with them collectively or individually. So, so that's it for today. I think that's it. I'm gonna keep it simple here. A little Joseph Williams, can never go wrong with that. And I will be back tomorrow. I have this idea for a couple of things I've been seeing pop up on YouTube, and I think it'd be fun to talk about them and show you what we did. So I'm going to do that. I am now going to fill out another box worth of books and go over and pick up the prints from Blue and sign those and send those off. I've got loads of t-shirts now in every size practically, so I've got back behind me here, there's boxes of everything, It's like my little retail shop going on here. It's crazy. So my best wishes, everybody. Stay safe out there. It's a challenge every day. You don't want to hide from the world, but boy, there are people in this world out don't want to make it easy. So my heart's with you all, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.